distance in that one. We'll move back then to the Brisca Formula 1 stock cars. It's final time for them. We have 25 cars on track for this one. Wins so far for Ryan Harrison, Ashley England and Tom Harris in the 3 heats. Who's going to take the final? This is going to be a very open race, I reckon. We have seen 1 or 2 surprise results at Vauxhall Stadium over the years. Kelvin Hassel leads them off. Casey Engelston requiring a push start there from one of the yellow tops. That's, I think, is Russell Cooper giving him a push. Drew Lammas, Daz Kitson behind them, then Paul Carter. Ahead of the Blues, we've got Sir John Fortune, Harry Stewart, none the worse for his crash earlier on in Heat 2. In Heat 3, I should say. Carl Hawkins and Kyle Gray head the Reds. Ryan Harrison's repaired his car for that non-finish in Heat 2. There's Tom Harris. He'll start probably as the favourite here, under the superb floodlights of Vauxhall Stadium, just outside the town of Ipswich. Revs rise, and here we go, racing over 20 laps. The final for the Brisca F1s gets underway. A couple of the blue graders rather slow away. Mark Sargent still struggling slightly with his car. We are underway and heading around the opening lap. It's Casey Engelston who's got the lead in 1:20. Fast-paced starts, not much bumper work in the midfield at the moment. They're all settling in. There's Tom Harris on the back of Matt Newson, number 16, already making up the places from the back. Bobby Griffin under fire from Ashley England. He wants a second win, especially after spinning out early in Heat 3. Nicky Randall on the attack there among the yellow graders. Casey Engelston under fire from Kelvin Hassel for the lead. Also behind them, Russell Cooper. He's going well in the 415. Well, he was. He's pulled up onto the speedway track. Problems there for the 415 car of Cooper, just as he was looking to challenge for the lead. Casey Engelston leads it, but he gets a bit wide there out of turn 4. This is Kelvin Hassel's opportunity. Gets the bumper in, and through he goes into the lead in number 13. He had a couple of wins at Birmingham, a consolation and a Grand National earlier this year, but he's never won a final, Kelvin Hassel. Could this be his first if he can hang on at the front? Tom Harris already starting to make his move. So is Luke Davidson and Junior Wayman. They're together moving through the field, attacking Bob Griffin in 166. Bumper goes in there from Junior Wayman. He gets a push in turn from Davidson. 2 places gained by the 464 car. Luke Davidson, a tarmac specialist. We rarely, if ever, see him race on shale. If he wants to win the world final this year, he will have to, because it's at Kings Lynn. Chris Cowley attacking Matt Newson at the inside there, out of turns 1 and 2. Junior Wayman on the outside of them in 515. Cowley leans Wayman wide. Chris Cowley, a very tenacious young racer, not afraid to take on these superstars. Bumpers going in ahead of him. Neil Scriven in number 11 getting sent wide there by, I think that was Newson in the 16. Michael Scriven just behind them, looking for revenge. We come up towards half distance, and this very fast-paced Brisca F1 meeting final at this World Qualifying Round. There's a familiar sight from Heat 1. Ryan Harrison and Tom Harris running nose to tail. Still Kelvin Hassel who leads, the white grader, number 13, as we come up towards halfway. Paul Carter sent wide there in the 300. 2 favourites, perhaps, Ryan Harrison and Tom Harris, get past the 543 of Drew Lammas. New car for this season for him. Still Hassel who leads the way. Ashley England's up there among the front runners now, challenging Casey Engelston, in fact, for second to be precise. Casey Engelston's driven very well indeed tonight. There goes the bumper in from Tom Harris on the back of Charlie Sauder. Here's your leader. In fact, it's Daz Kitson in second place. I apologise. Engelston down to third. Out of our sight, the leaders have gone away. Engelston has now been shuffled back. It's actually England third ahead of John Fortune. So the blue graders on the attack now. It's Daz Kitson reeling in our race leader. Tom Harris is up to 5th though, behind John Fortune. Harrison 6th, Sauder 7th, Engelston down to 8th, and Davidson and Newson rounding out the top 10. That's the confirmed race order. Just after halfway, Casey Engelston gets pushed wide by Luke Davidson. Kyle Gray further back attacking Lee Fairhurst, but up front the gap is coming down between the leaders. Kelvin Hassel still hanging on in front ahead of Daz Kitson in 532, the former Brisca Formula 2 world champion, has dropped back a bit there. In fact, has Kitson got a problem, I wonder? Because Hassel's increased the gap once again. Ashley England in third, going for a heat and final double. Has Tom Harris got through into 4th place? He's just about to, I think. Yes, gets the bumper in on John Fortune, the Flying Scotsman, in 4th place. Junior Wademan tackling Luke Davidson, goes through. I think that might have caused a bit of damage to Davidson's car. Yes, he may have a front puncture there. I saw his front tyre clipped by Wademan's bumper as he went by. Harris has now got past Fortune, and so has Ryan Harrison. They're into 4th and 5th now. Can they catch the top 3? Hassel, Kitson and England ahead of them. There'll only be 4 laps to go this time, so I think they may have left it too late to catch in trio here. Kelvin Hassel still leads. Here comes England on the inside, attacking the 5.32 of Daz Kitson. As we mentioned earlier, Ashley's father and grandfather have both taken plenty of victories at Vauxhall Heath over the years. He's continuing the tradition. Now he's second and going after Kelvin Hassel. 3 laps to go. Less than that now for the white grader, who's raced a whole variety of cars over the years, both on circuits and ovals. He's raced in America as well. His father Alan, a successful circuit racer and race car preparer. Kelvin Hassel needs to keep a cool head here. We've already seen what Ashley England can do in that 346 car, winning heat number 2 tonight. They're coming round to start the final lap this time. Are we going to have a white grade winner in our meeting final? Is it going to be a first ever final for the number 13 of Kelvin Hassel? He left the gap there on the inside into turn 1. England takes it up the inside and he goes through. Kelvin Hassel's going to fight back, I'm sure, on the final turn. England leads into it. England, oh, he's a bit crossed up there. He's drifting wide. They're going to finish side by side. Hassel up the inside, and Ashley England has just held it. Cracking finish there. Bad luck to Kelvin Hassel, but well done, Ashley England. A heat and final double, but only by a very scant margin. I thought he'd lost it all there. He got crossed up around the final turn, but he's able to celebrate victory. Kelvin Hassel nearly got him back there. He left it late, Ashley England. He saw the gap on the inside at turn 1 for the last time. The red flag falls on Brisca F1 meeting final here at Vauxhall Stadium, Ipswich. Congratulations to Ashley England, who takes the win by 0.07 of a second from Kelvin Hassel. It doesn't get much closer than that. The top 4 covered by less than a second. Kitson 3rd ahead of Tom Harris, then Ryan Harrison and John Fortune. Junior Wayman took 7th ahead of Charlie Sauder, and Matt Newson and Luke Davidson, who got the fastest lap, completing the top 10.
346, Ashley England, final winner now.
Yeah, very happy.
It was a fast race, a hard race, but you just got it on the last bend. It looked like you were expecting a big hit, but it never came, and he nearly got back past you.
Yeah, I think I had enough gap on him, so he weren't going to get near me, but I went in and I locked the rears and just went really wide, and because it's really dusty on the outside here, just got on the dust and went really wide, and then I was trying to get it straight again, and then I just got it straight in time to get to the line ahead of him.
And of course, by winning that final on your heat earlier on, that's a hatful of points as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. Hopefully it puts me further up the grid from the semi. Let's just see which one we get now.
Well, good luck for the Grand National.
Cheers, thank you.
Now we move on to the young guns of the National Mini Stocks. This is their Golden Helmets Championship final under the Vauxhall Heath Stadium floodlights. 15 laps will be the distance. All these drivers under 16 years of age, some as young as 10 or 11, out in these armoured up minis. New British champion Callum Thornton won both the heats earlier on. Watch for him in car number 68. He will start as the favourite here. The cars in graded order, the same as the F1s, with the exception of the non-qualifiers from the heats. They start at the back. Away we go then over 15 laps. And it is 293 of Alexi Bartram. She leads them away around the first turn. Looks like everybody so far has got round okay. Battle further back in the order, 290. That's Charlie Tomlin under fire from Casey J. Jones in 186. Leah Seeley all the way from Devon getting through on the inside in 475. There's Callum Thornton already up into second place in car number 68. Behind them, I think that was the 934 of Callum Williams from Birmingham in third place. Callum Thornton up the inside, going for his hat-trick, looking for the Golden Helmet Championship, takes the lead, coming out of turn 4. One car coming to a halt there on turn 4. That was Ellie Dickerson in 443, I think. We have our new leader, Callum Thornton, won the British Championship recently at Hensford Hills Raceway up in the Midlands with a superb drive. 381 and 392 there. The Evans twins, Tyrone in 381, Lewis in 392. They'll be among the favourites for this race, along with 299 Harley Burns in this battle, and also 391 Rebecca Smith. She's the daughter of Andy Smith, who of course won the brisca F1 World Final here at Vauxhall a few years ago. Tilly Partridge in 233 attacking Leah Seeley. Good to see so many young lady racers in this formula. Maybe they'll join the likes of Phoebe Wainman and Jacqueline Ellis someday in brisca Formula 1. Catherine Harris in the V8 stock cars as well, graduated from the National Mini Stocks along with many other stock car stars of the UK. There's the 110 car on the inside there, Gillian Bullock fighting it out in among the midfield. Still 68 of Callum Thornton, who leads the way. Oh, no, a tangle there for second place. We've lost Callum Williams. He got spun aside, we caught a glimpse of there. So we lose the 934 car. Look at this fight in the midfield. Williams has rejoined, but he's lost a fair few places. He managed to get going again. He's lost about 5 places there, Callum. It's still Callum Thornton who leads. They come off the turn there down the straights. I think it's one of the Evanses now up into second place, possibly. We'll check that in a moment. Yes, I think it's Lewis Evans there in second in 392. Indeed it is. Callum Thornton remains several car lengths clear here. Smith up to third in 391. Then side by side for fourth place. 299 of Harley Burns in there. Alongside the 381 of Tyrone Evans. We've lost somebody into the wall there on turns 1 and 2. Didn't see who it was. 290 Charlie Tomlin up among this group. And behind them Alexi Bartram, who led the first couple of laps. Tyrone Evans in the middle of this battle. 5 laps to go next time around for the National Mini Stocks in their Golden Helmet Championship final here at Vauxhall Stadium, Ipswich. Looks like we've lost the 934 car up there. Callum Williams is out of the race. Here's the European champion, 246 Jensen Brickley, under fire from Tom Birchenough in 211. Jensen won that title over at Venray in Holland last year. There's the leaders, 392 Lewis Evans moving up to attack Callum Thornton now. He's gone wide there, Callum Thornton, possibly distracted by those back markers ahead of him. One of whom goes wide and moves out of the way. They're attacking the other back marker, but it's Evans in the lead now. Evans leads it. They get past Ellie Dickerson in 443. Callum Thornton poised to fight back, possibly here to try to retake the lead. They're in the closing stages now, this Golden Helmet final. There's more back markers up ahead of them. Round turns 3 and 4 they come. It's still Lewis Evans from Callum Thornton, who's sent wide there by Rebecca Smith. She gets through into second place in the 391. Now closing on Lewis Evans for the lead of this Golden Helmet. There's only a couple of laps to go now. They're coming into back markers once again. One of them across the track there, the 99 of Sid Smith. He needs to try and get out of the way here. The leaders are bearing down in. They're going to go side by side coming out of turn 2. Rebecca Smith up the inside. Lewis Evans holds her off. They're coming round to start the final lap this time. Cloud of smoke on turns 1 and 2. Someone's blown up, I think. Didn't see who it was, just saw a cloud of smoke go up there as Smith attacks into turns 1 and 2. Can she get up the inside here into the final turn? This is almost a repeat of the brisca F1 meeting final. Lewis Evans hanging on in front. Smith clips the curb, gets the bumper in on the back of the 392, runs him out wide, goes for the inside. Evans bounces off the wall, and Smith, I think, just got it in a photo finish over the line. What a terrific finish there. Oh, and they crash out. There has been a blow up there. There's cars all over the place. They must have gone off on an oil slick there. I thought I saw somebody blow an engine. There's about half a dozen cars off there at turn 1. And the leaders have gone into it, but it matters not because Rebecca Smith took the win by 0.13 of a second ahead of Lewis Evans. Then Harley Burns in third place. Callum Thornton, the long-time leader, fourth ahead of Tyrone Evans. Alexi Bartram sixth. Then Brickley, Birchenough, Ryan Taylor and Bullock rounding out the top 10. Terrific race there from the youngsters. Now we move on to our last race of the night, the Grand National event for the brisca Formula 1 stock cars, and as the final winner, Ashley England starts 1 lap down in front of the white graders. Casey Eggleston and Kelvin Hassel, they've had a great night between them so far. They'll lead the field away. It's effectively an all-comers race. Chris Cowley and Kyle Gray leading the red tops. Luke Davidson and Carl Hawkins behind him. A brilliant night it has been here at Ipswich. You can see the cement dust put down on the oil spill from the minis there. Didn't see, unfortunately, who it was who blew their engine on the final lap of that meeting final for the Golden Helmet, won by Rebecca Smith by that scant margin. We've seen some great finishes here tonight from both the F1s and the minis. And National Hot Rods, it was Chris Haird who totally dominated the Thunder 500 for the Angie Rowe Memorial. But our last race getting underway, one of the blue graders pulling to the inside there. That might have been John Fortune in trouble in the 164, possibly. We'll check that in a moment. Great cloud of dust being thrown up as the race gets underway. No, it's not John Fortune, sorry, he's got going okay, apologies there. It is Casey Eggleston who leads them off. The Grand National underway with the Reds and Superstars battling it out further back. 20 Casey Eggleston, 13 Kelvin Hassel, and 5.32 Daz Kitson came close in the final. Looking to take a victory here, it's Mark Sargent who's pulled up there in 3.26, more engine problems for him. Lee Fairhurst out of shape there. Another of the blue graders pulling up in the background, and Martin Spires gets spun out, contact with Neil Scriven, and round goes the 4.51. The race now up to full speed. Tom Harris on the attack on the back of Lee Fairhurst. They send Paul Carter in 300 out wide as well, and we lose John Fortune in 164. I thought I saw him have a problem at the start of the race. Paul Carter slowing up as well. It's the white grader Casey Eggleston ahead of Kelvin Hassel at the front of the field at the moment. We watch the midfielders battling it out. Tom Harris in the middle of it as always, chasing down Ryan Harris, and those two have been almost inseparable on track so far tonight. They're chasing Matt Newson in the 16 as well. Eggleston leads it though from Hassel, Kitson. Looks like it's Charlie Sauder in 4th place in the number 5. Are we going to see another surprise result in this Grand National event? And Ryan Harrison gets some bumper from Tom Harris. He's determined to take a second win of the evening. It seems to be newsworthy if Tom Harris doesn't take at least one win at a Brisca F1 meeting these days. Used to be that way with Junior Wayneman, who's had so many successes over the years, and long may he continue to do so. One of the all-time greats, the record national points champion, 14 wins, 3 times a world champion as well. He's got past Lee Fairhurst, Luke Davidson and Matt Newson there. Now he's going for Ryan Harrison, Junior Wayman with the silver roof 515 car. Coming up to halfway, it's still Casey Eggleston who leads the way though in 120. There he is driving one of the Matt Newson hire cars, as is Kelvin Hassel. So Matt's car preparation skills certainly paying dividends here for the 2 hire drivers. Casey Eggleston in the car. We also see James Morris race occasionally on the shale. And I think Casey looking for his first Brisca F1 win here. Midfield mayhem. 543 Drew Lammas gets pushed wide by Junior Wayneman. Chris Cowley chasing Tom Harris. Coming towards the closing stages of the evening now under the floodlights in this Grand National event. Are we going to have a white grade winner? They're well clear, the 2 white tops of Michael Scriven, who's 3rd in the number 12. And we've got Charlie Sauder, Daz Kitson, then Tom Harris. The Reds and Superstars not as quick to make their way to the front of the field in this one. I think we could be on for a surprise result here. Tom Harris attacks Daz Kitson in the 5.32, gets through down the straight. Lost Martin Spires, he's retired onto the centre, but it is still Casey Eggleston, son of John Eggleston, who we've seen occasionally in the F1s over the years. Casey has raced in mini stocks, followed by saloon stock cars, before making the move to F1s. Harris chasing down Charlie Sauder. Fair to say that most of the drivers in Brisca F1 are sons of former or indeed current racers alongside them, very much as a family sport. Ashley England's case I mentioned earlier, his grandfather was a racer as well. Daz Kitson battling with Junior Wayman, but coming round towards the start of the last lap. This time, is Casey Eggleston going to hang on for his first Brisca F1 win? Wayneman gets past Kitson once again, they're having a good scrap, those two. It's Eggleston still from Hassel. Are we going to have a white grade 1-2? It's a rare event in Brisca F1, especially on tarmac these days. Michael Scriven might have something to say about that. They're coming down towards the final turn now. I think Eggleston's going to hang on because Hassel under fire from Michael Scriven. Eggleston's going to win it, but who is going to be second? They're side by side. Eggleston wins it. Hassel spins across the line. He loses out to Scriven. I think he might have taken the flag in 3rd. We'll check that in a moment. He spun across the line sideways, but ahead of them, Casey Eggleston scores his first ever Brisca F1 victory. Congratulations to the young man in number 120. Michael Scriven second. We'll confirm the rest of the result in a moment. But a surprise result in our Grand National. A welcome first win for Casey Eggleston ahead of Michael Scriven. Kelvin Hassel classified third. He crossed the line sideways on the speedway track. And Tom Harris fourth ahead of Charlie Sauder, Ryan Harrison, Junior Wainman, Daz Kitson, Chris Cowley, Luke Davidson rounding out the top 10. Tom Harris got the fastest lap and Ashley England made it up to 17th.
120, Casey Eggleston, Grand National winner.
Yeah. Borrowed the car. I've got my own car coming, but borrowed that car off Matt. He said I could use it. I raced it at Skeg the other week. Do work, not getting mine done. But like I say, didn't even expect to race tonight, let alone get a win. So it's got to be down to my dad and Matt really for letting me use the car. We just re-bumpered it for him, ready for James to race at Bellevue next week, and here we are. So.
And we believe it's your first ever win in Formula 1 as well.
Yeah, I come out of the saloons last year, and actually the last time I raced my saloon stock car here, I ended up in the hospital at Ipswich, so it was nice of the blokes in the middle to say, "Oi, last time you were here, it's a lot better result tonight," and so that was good, yeah.
And it's always nice for the fans and everybody to see a white top winner, especially on a fast, hard track like this with so many superstars.
Yeah, I mean, I raced at Gala Night last year in the car my dad raced last year as well, and when they put me as a yellow, because obviously you drop a grade from your other formula, and then raced at Skeg Speed Weekend the other week, and then come through, I dropped to a white, and I thought, well, fair enough, you know, good old go, good, more of a chance, and to be fair, it's all a bit of a learning curve, so I haven't been white since I was 16 years old, but it paid off tonight, obviously.
Well, thank you very much, and well done.
Cheers, thank you.
Let's take a look at the grading points after that Ipswich meeting. Well, Tom Harris still with a very clear lead over Junior Wayman at the top. He's in turn clear of Matt Newson in third. The next few in the points not in attendance tonight, but they'll be back soon enough for more brisca F1 action around the UK. Another great evening of action here under the floodlights of Vauxhall Heath. Ipswich always providing fast, furious and frantic action from a great variety of formulas on show here tonight. Well done to all the drivers for putting on a great show on the Vauxhall Heath tarmac. That's about all for tonight then. Join us again fairly soon for more great brisca Formula 1 stock car action in front of our cameras. But for now, thank you very much for watching and goodbye.